Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is debate night and also some reactions. Let's go. Gabby, off. You done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. All right, we are back, ladies and gents. So we are currently live on Facebook and YouTube right now. What I want you ladies and gents to do is, once you come in, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click that bell icon and like the podcast. Click the bell icon so you're notified each time I go live. We're a little bit late today, but hey, that's kind of normal here. So we got a few things in the YouTube description. Go ahead and click that first link if you want to join debate night. And quick rundown how we're running things on debate night. As usual, we're going to react to some content of some stuff that, you know, some members sent me and some supporters sent me. And then we're going to hop into debates. But if you want to debate about any topics, male and female intersexual dynamics, politics, religion, anything you want. If you believe that, you know, the black woman is the God and you're a Hebrew Israelite and you believe that you're the chosen people and you have this racist ideology, which is, you know, very nonsensical, click that link, man, and I'll go ahead and bring you right on up for debate night. Next link is going to be for the members. So if you like the podcast, if you are a supporter, go ahead and click that link. We got 3 tiers. First tier is gang. Second tier is hitman. Third tier is mob ties. Support the podcast, man. We are still growing as usual. The next link is going to be for one-on-one coaching. If you have a woman and you know, she's withholding sex for compliance. You know, she can't really follow your lead. She's things are just going downhill. And as a man, you could kind of sense it that she got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Click that link. You're going to need some masculinity coaching first. Then you're also going to need some dating and relationship coaching. And if I need to coach a chick too, I do couples coaching as well. The next link, well, in the coaching as well, I do media and marketing coaching too. So if you have a business or a podcast you're trying to grow, go ahead and click that link. I got you. The next link is going to be for the Clips channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel if you already haven't. And then besides that, we got the Discord and all of our social media accounts, the Facebook account, the Instagram account, the X account, Twitter X. You can go ahead and follow me on there. I'm starting to post a little bit more on X. I really got to take advantage of all the content that I have and start posting it on X and actually start, you know, just share my thoughts on X. Why not? I should do it, right? And then, yeah, that's about all the links in the description. Okay, so we got a few links from the members, and also anyone that wants to support the channel, go ahead and send in a donation. You can send in a super chat. If you have a question for myself, I'll go ahead and read your question out loud. If you know you just want to talk junk but you're scared to come on stream, go ahead and click you know, donate to the podcast, and I'll still read your super chat out loud as well. Even if you're a hater, I'll read it out loud. That's what we do over here. We keep it no fugazi at all times. Okay, let's get into the first clip for today. So just a quick rundown, actually, before I get into the first clip. I'm going to be reacting to stuff that the supporters sent me, but then also I'm going to react to, if we have time, if it doesn't get bombarded with so many people joining debate night, which usually is like that. But if we got time, I'll go ahead and I'm going to react to Trump, you know, with the tariffs. I'm also going to react to Trump in regards to his I believe he had his first joint address to Congress. I'm going to react to that. Also going to react to Andrew Tate as well. He first time in America in like 6 years, I believe, something like that. So I watched his conversation that he had on PBD podcasts, and I actually started watching a little bit of it on the Full Sin podcast as well. So going to give y'all my perspective on everything and stuff like that. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and hop into the first clip. Let's get it. Yeah, chat, I see y'all in here talking about one of the Hebrew Israelites. I heard some stuff, man, but that's personal. When people got personal stuff going on, I'm just not one of those people that's going to dive into it. Like the fact that I had him on stream, I'm not going to kick him while he's down and, crap on anyone when they're having a personal in-home situation. At the end of the day, all the Hebrew Israelites that I have on a podcast, we're cordial. Like I speak to most of them outside of the podcast. Not that individual. I don't speak to him at all. The one that you just wrote in the chat. But yeah, man, I'm not going to kick him while he's down. That's what women do. Just gossip and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that, especially since I had him on a podcast. Now, if it was something where maybe I didn't have the dude on the podcast and he was like a true enemy, yeah, probably still not. Yeah, still not, man. Yeah, probably still not. Okay. Actually, before I do so, let me check Facebook real quick before I get into this first. And also, I know the last stream we did, the link wasn't working for a while, the link to join the stream, but this one is working. I tested it out. So the link to join the stream is pinned in the comments, and it's also in the YouTube description. But let me check Facebook real quick. I just got a notification. Is it up and running right? Okay, yeah, Facebook, we are good on Facebook, so we're live. Okay, perfect. All right, let's get into this first clip, man. Restream just updated their system. Come on, man. Okay, here we go. There we go.
Patriarchy, which just refers to, male control of resources, wouldn't really exist if women didn't desire resources in their partners. Because the reason that men tend to control a lot of resources is because women demand resource access on the part of their partners. And if women didn't care, then men wouldn't work so hard to get access to them. There's this really great quote by Aristotle Onassis where he once said, "Without women, all the power and money in the world would be completely meaningless." So
real quick, I know a lot of people, even in the red pill space, some of them would say it, or in the manosphere space, they'll say little things and allude to women is definitely a driving force for a man's ambition and assertiveness and stuff like that. What this feminist is doing, she's going to the extreme. She's saying the reason for the patriarchy and men having these resources and stuff like that. One, she said the patriarchy is primarily for, the accumulation of resources and stuff like that, that isn't true. That's just not what the patriarchy is about. It's about a lot more as far as the biology of the man. The man is the leader in the household. He's the strongest person in the household. Men are the ones that fight the wars and stuff like that. So there's a lot more that encompasses the patriarchy than just resources. Now, of course, resources is a important piece of it, but it isn't the end all be all. But let's play more and I'll break it down to you guys.
I think that there's a lot of wisdom in that. Men work so hard to control the resources, not because men together are banding, together and trying to hoard the resources and keep them from women. Instead, it's an epiphenomenon of the fact that men are competing amongst whoever else has access to resources to get resources of their own, right? And because women value this in their choice of partners, oftentimes men will go to greater lengths to get them, right? One of the reasons, not the only reason, but certainly one of the reasons that we see that more men tend to be in, positions of being a CEO, for example, is because oftentimes men are more willing to make the trade-offs that you have to make to get into those positions because men are wired that way, right? And the reason that they're wired that way is because they've inherited these tendencies to want this despite the costs, because it would have paid off in terms of being able to attract better partners, a greater number of partners. The patriarchy, which just
yeah, so what she's saying here is a complete lie. So you'll hear when people speak, sometimes they'll sprinkle a little truth. It'll be like a little bit of truth in the message, but the entire conclusion of her message is a complete lie. And I'll break it down to you guys momentarily. What she's alluding here to in her conclusion of the patriarchy and why men have this drive and ambition is because the end of it, the logical reason of it, the logical entailment of all of this is because of females. They want chicks. They know that if they have and women desire finances and resources, so a way to get women is to acquire more finances and more resources and stuff like that. Now, from a surface level, you're thinking like, coolly, well, no, she has to be right. You get what I'm saying? No, not exactly. From a surface level, that part, yeah, is it a motivation? Do men do things to get women? For sure they do. But that isn't a real man. A real man is he's going to be on his purpose, and the byproduct of his success is the women. So it's much different. And really, if you are trying to do things for the purpose of women, you normally don't get the woman. I repeat, when a man is actually trying to do things for the sole purpose of a woman, he normally doesn't get the woman, because women, they have this sixth sense almost of weaning out the thirsty guys, the beta men, and also weaning out the guys that's not really the alpha, not really the big dog. And they can kind of smell it on you, the good ones that don't have dick brain, that they can understand like, what this confidence isn't pure. Like, you haven't actually accomplished anything. You're not really competent. So where did you get this confidence from? It's not pure. But anyways, let's break it down from a few lies that she said, and I'll give you some facts here. So men have a natural propensity to compete and a natural proclivity to protect and provide. I repeat, men have a natural propensity, meaning it's ingrained in them, to compete. So when she's saying that the patriarchy is there, and the reason why men have this drive to be out there and garner resources and stuff is because of women. No, my dear friend. It's not because of women. Women are just a byproduct of this, is because they seek out the accomplishment. They seek out quality. Men, we don't even have that in our biology. We seek out quantity. You get what I'm saying? So it's much, much different. So when I say that, and it's also, and also men are simple creatures. Like, the reason why we don't require a whole lot. Why do you think the saying is a dog is a man's best friend? The dog is a man's best friend is because we don't require a whole lot out of life too much. meaning we don't need females to find our true purpose. We don't need females to find something to protect and provide for. Without any females, we can have a dog to protect and provide for. And this reason is because men are the apex predators. We're the smartest out of all the land species on the planet. So we're the apex predators. We're the smartest. So men, yeah, we have this natural propensity to compete with one another, but a natural proclivity to protect and provide. So that natural proclivity of what we have, we'll find a dog that we can protect and provide. We'll find a little, a little animal or something we can protect and provide for. We'll build something that we'll protect. You get what I'm saying? So now let's break down compete. Like, where do we get this natural competition in males? Where does this come from? Well, it comes from our biology, and you'll see it at a very young age. Even in the elementary school, boys play things like tag and hide and seek. That's what they'll do. They play games like tag and hide and seek, where there's a competition. There's a winner and a loser in this. Now, a feminist would say, well, the boys probably play those games because they don't have any puberty. They haven't went through puberty at that young age, so they don't have any, their testes hasn't dropped, which is dumb, because you'll even see the boys will play games amongst one another, even when they're in middle school and in high school. And actually, I got a pen right here, a pencil. You know the game, pencil fighting. We'll play games like pencil fighting amongst one another. That's what we'll do. We'll play games like pencil fighting because we naturally have this propensity to compete. So what this feminist is saying, she's a liar. She's wrong. And the reason why she's saying this is because she's viewing things from the female's lens, because she's a woman. She doesn't understand that we just have this natural drive to compete. Now, also games like, what's one of the other games? I don't even know what it's called, but I have a can here. And it's a game that boys are playing. No chicks are around when guys are pencil fighting. No chicks are around. We're in a cafeteria pencil fighting. We're not even worried about chicks. But we're doing these things for competition. So there's a clear winner and a loser at the end of it. Now, in the can game, I know a lot of people in high school played this game. When you flick it, boom, then you turn it around and your boy flicks it on the other end or whatever. So you flick it here, your boy flicks it there. Whoever knocks this little cap off wins the game. So we always play games that involves competition, that involves a winner and a loser. So we're ingrained. This is ingrained in boys at a very young age. Now when they, become adults, well, guess what? This competition that you even see at a young age is in the adult age as well, which creates what she's speaking about, this patriarchy of garnering resources. Well, the only way we can garner resources is if we're competing with one another. So this debunks her entire claim. Now let's get to one of the more reasons, another reason to why she's saying this and why she has this view. Because once again, she's viewing things from a female's lens. When girls are young, they're very social creatures. They don't really care about games with the competition. They'll play games like house and hopscotch. Bro, there's no winner or loser in house. How there's going to be a winner and loser in house? It just ain't it. So her entire reasoning for the patriarchy and why men are assertive and have these ambitions is because of women. No, it's not because of women. It's because God made us this way. God made us this way. You feel what I'm saying? It's in our biology to compete amongst one another. Now, it's not to say that, the byproduct of a man being assertive, being dominant and out competing others, like that byproduct is more chicks. Because chicks are attracted to resources. That's the byproduct of it, but that's not the reason. The reason is our biology. Right. And the other thing is what our biology looks for is status amongst one another as well. So we'll play these games like in a cafeteria when we're playing these games and playing pencil fighting at a young age. It's for status amongst the boys. Like, yeah, nigga, I just beat you in pencil fighting. Ha ha. Yeah. Give me your lunch money. Or, now you got to carry my books. You get what I'm saying? So boys always have this natural competition. So what you just witnessed here is this lying feminist and her worldview get debunked in 4K on YouTube by a dude with a high school education. Dude with a high school education, and she seems like she's been through, You know, she probably has a 4-year degree or maybe even a master's or something like that. But a dork. One of the reasons why is because her perspective is limited. She has a perception. Everyone has a perception of things, but you know, your perception of things is unique to you. It's like in a box. It's the way you view the world. A perspective, and not a limited perspective, is the art of viewing the world outside of your own little box. So she lacks empathy. Truly, because being empathetic is having the ability to put yourself in someone's shoes. It's literally to get out of your box. But meanwhile, she's in her box, so she can't even really see that, no, what you're saying, that's just, men do that, and that's the byproduct. The byproduct of men accomplishing things as women. But we really do things because, nigga, we just like competing. We like wrestling. We like doing these things amongst the boys, and no chicks are around. It's ingrained in us at a very young age, and as we get older, that's when it just builds up even more. But okay, let's get to another clip. Let's see. We got some people joining the stream. Make sure your camera is on, and I'll bring you up. Actually, before I get to the next clip, I'll go ahead and bring this first guy up, see if he wants to debate. Let me stop sharing this. Make my screen bigger. And sorry, guys, if I'm going a little bit slow on Restream, it's because they just updated Restream, and all of my stuff is in different areas. It's not the same anymore. It is not the same. Okay, how do I... Oh, let's do this. 1 second, I'm trying to bring dude up here. Okay, I guess I got to do this. Okay, there we go. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
My name is Guy Maxwell. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Okay, cool. Are you here to debate?
No, I actually came in just to kind of like observe and see what y'all talking about. I like Andrew Tate, and I believe that men should be men, and just kind of like want to listen in.
Okay, cool, man. Well, yeah, it's part of this conversation is reactions. It's going to be me reacting to some clips. So I got a clip of Andrew Tate coming up shortly, and you can go ahead and sit and enjoy the show, man. And then later on in the stream, or if people come in, I'll bring them up if they want to debate these topics that I'm speaking about or any topics that they desire. But I appreciate the support, man. Have a blessed one. Okay, all right. Let's get to the next clip. All right, so this clip is going to be for, we're going to get into, and actually before I get into this clip, let's get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Get the likes up now. And actually, everything is backwards in here, but let me see if I could get this playing. Get the likes up. Yeah, I see the new screen. Okay, how do I close this? Minimize. No. Maximize. Okay, I think I did that right. Wait, did that play? Yeah, that did play. All right, cool. Let's get into the next clip we got. Okay. So the next clip, we got Trump and the speech that he gave. Sorry, chat. Thanks for being patient. Why isn't this... Okay, I guess it's not copying and pasting properly. Let's try this another way. try it this way. YouTube. Is my copy and paste messed up? What's going on with Restream? Okay, let's do it this way. Sorry, chat. Running into some technical difficulties since Restream just updated their system. Let's do this another way. Close that down. That could have been it. I think when I did this, so it's just pasting that. Okay. Let's do this. Bear with me here, guys. Okay, let's go here then. Let's forget about the copy and paste. All right, let's see. Full, nope. You know what? You know what, chat? My computer is acting very, very weird. Let's go to, how many minutes is this? 7 minutes. How many minutes is this one? Uno momento, por favor. Got to get this figured out. Oh, I see. So that wasn't that. Got it. Okay, here we go. It's like a Matrix attack. I'm like, what? And why am I seeing the same thing? It's like the black cat walked by twice. It's freaking deja vu. Every time I copied and pasted something different, the same clip would come up. Crazy work. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got it, chat. Figured it out. All right, let's get into this first. Well, the second clip that we have for today. All right, yeah, y'all should be able to see this here on this side. Yeah, you guys can see it. You can see what I'm saying. Okay, perfect. But why is there? Okay, good.
This week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Okay, so real quick, chat. So this is Trump's first joint address to Congress. So you got the Dems on one side, they not clapping at all. On the other side, you have the Republicans. So you're going to see something here, man. It's going to look a little crazy, and I'm going to break it down for y'all and give y'all my perspective on it. Because this is actually funny on how petty the Dems are.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
So as you can see right here, you got the right wing, the Republicans, they were all standing up, gave him a standing ovation and clapping. And you see these salty Dems over here. Look how salty they are.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
Yeah, and Trump is pointing it out like, look, haters.
That. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
Bro, $8 million to promote LGBTQ+ in some weird area in Africa that I definitely didn't hear of. Most Africans, you know, they're not even with none of that, bro. Like, they're not even with any of that. They're like, what? Where do you know the video that came out of the black guy interviewing the lesbian or dyke looking woman? And he's like, why are you gay? Why are you gay? Like, that video went viral first in Africa because it's like, god dang, like, yeah, like, why are you gay? Then it went viral over here because it's like, they're not with that over there in Africa, bro. They do not play any of that. They are pro patriarchy. They are pro nuclear family, a man being a man, a woman being a woman. In most of the countries in Africa, if they haven't been corrupted or indoctrinated by promotional packages like the left-wing propaganda media was trying to, you know, propose on them. So, yeah, man, like $8 million just to promote filth is crazy. $8 million to promote sex and filth, because that's all it is. The whole alphabet thing is sex. They try to say, well, it's for equal this. No, it's sex, man. You can do all of that. Anything you want to do, hey, do what you're going to do in your own house. But to promote this outside of your house and say that it's a norm, it isn't a norm. It's a very small percentage of the population actually has the same sex attraction. Very small percent. I think it's maybe 2%. But with the promotion of all of this stuff, I'm sure that percentage increased. So, yeah, you're trying to promote something that it's very few, but they do it to be empathetic and to be fake empathy. And they also do it, you know, to you know, push their feminist agenda and their you know, let's do things for the disenfranchised agenda, this liberal mindset where they acting like they care. But I don't even think that 8 million even went to the LGBTQ+ to promote in some country in Africa. It probably went into, the gays' pockets or something like that. Who knows? We don't really know where the money truly went. But anyway, let's continue on.
$60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
Bro, how many millions for making mice transgender? Did they say 8 million? Bro, that's crazy. We got Yo Boy Lame sends in a super chat. Yo Boy Lame says, Cooley, you should make a Castle Club account. It's more fun because people can comment images on the chat. LOL. Okay. I'm not even sure what that is, man. I'm not sure what a Castle Club account is. Do you mean like, just another, like a paywall, where people support the podcast by paying a monthly fee? Do you mean like by memberships? So my memberships, you can comment certain emojis if you sign up for a membership. I just have to install them. So what I'll do, give me some more information about this Castle Club thing, because I'm not sure of it, Yo Boy Lean. But I know with memberships, I can go ahead and put special privileges in for the people that are memberships on YouTube, where they can comment, different emojis and stuff like that. I just have to check something that can grant access to the members, where it allow them to upload, their own little memes and images and stuff like that. But if you're speaking about something totally different, Yo Boy Lame, let me know and I'll look into it. I don't mind setting some up for you guys. All right, let's continue on.
This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique.
Bro, it gets bad. Doge really found a lot of wicked things. There's money, our tax dollars. And mind you, I spend a lot on taxes. Like a lot more than, trust me, bro, my taxes is crazy. Thousands of dollars I pay in taxes. When you make money, you got to spend money. You giving tens of thousands of dollars to the government that I have to give, which is crazy. So with that being said, it's like, why is my money that I'm paying in taxes going towards these weird things of sex fetishes and, these filthy agendas? It's just not a good thing. And Doge is doing a good job at finding where our money is really going. Now, if you're a brokey, you're not really thinking about where your money's going because you're not really making any money. And you're probably not even paying that much back in taxes. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you actually may even receive like a refund in taxes, where tax season for you is like a come up. Oh, tax season just hit. You see the Instagram post and Facebook post that people hit. Oh man, taxes around the corner. I'm about to buy this. I'm about to buy that. Taxes for me for the last, maybe 5 years has been like, dang. I got to get my, dang. Like it hit a nigga hard, right? But for the brokies out there, you chilling during taxis, especially if you got some kids, you got some dependents. Oh man, you're going to get that little check back, that little tax check. When you make money, you start to, consider other things, consider important things like where your money is actually going. And certain things become more important to you. But let's continue on.
$20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia, $14 million for social cohesion in Mali, $59 million for illegal
social cohesion. Yo, they just... If the money is actually going to these agendas of where they have it listed that it's saying it's going, bruh, that's some wicked stuff, right? Wicked stuff. I'm sure some of it is, but I have a feeling that a lot of it is going in the left wing, Congress people pockets. It's just going in their pockets for most of them.
illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda.
$42 billion, did he say, for social and behavior change in Uganda? Social and behavior. This just seems like indoctrination. Let's put this money over here in these African black countries so we can indoctrinate feminism and our communist agenda on them, or socialist agenda on them. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
$14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. You know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
And this is definitely fraud. Hundreds of billions of dollars in fraud. Fraud, because they know it's like, is the money really... Some of the money could be going to these countries, but we really don't know. We just see the money moving. We see the money, it was put somewhere else, but you're just saying it went there. Where did the money really go? As you can see on this side of the audience, it's the Republican side. They're all standing. They're all giving a standing ovation for Trump. Also clapping for Elon Musk as well and praising him for the job that he's doing at Doge. But then also, if you see these signs right here, false, 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 what this says, I'm not sure what that sign says, but they're holding up little signs just to be petty. Okay, the one sign was protect veterans. Okay.
And we've taken back...
Oh, Nancy Pelosi, she mad. She got the salty face. Mothball. She smelled like mothballs, vinegar, and old butt. Look, mothballs, vinegar, and old butt. Just look at her. You halfway not even alive. What's going on? Then you got, I don't even know who this guy is, but he's on his ancestors definitely own slaves for sure. You could just tell by his grim look. Yeah. He's sleeping. Is he sleep? Who's this, Joe Biden's brother? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Let me make it larger so y'all can see what is going on here. Let's put it over here. Now let's make this one a little bit bigger. Who is this guy right here? Yo, Nancy, she is so hurt, yo. I'm really getting a whiff just by looking at her. I'm getting a whiff of old butt, old booty, like a booty that's been sitting down for many decades, like just sitting on her butt all day long. Because she had a desk job or whatever. So I'm looking at this. You make me big again. I'm looking at her and it's just like, yeah, you stinking old lady. You stank. Okay, let's keep playing this.
Back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money.
Okay, that was it for that video. Cool. Let's get on to the next clip. Also, chat, if y'all want me to react to anything, let me know. Someone said in the chat, mothballs is crazy. I mean, that's what she looked like, she smelled like, man. Mothballs, vinegar, and old booty cheeks. Ugh. See, as you witnessed in the first video that I reacted to, it was educational. It was me debunking, this radical feminist and her views of the patriarchy. Then the next video, it's a political video and it's about Trump giving his speech. And I'm giving good commentary. You get jokes. So you get the best of both, man. You get, coolly educational, debunking radical feminists. You get coolly commentating, making jokes. Then this Friday, you get a girls panel. This Friday, we got like 6 chicks coming. So stay tuned for this Friday show. It's gonna be dope. All right, let's get that out of here. Let's bring up the next clip. All right, so the next clip shows that. So you just watched that clip of, that was the first joint address to Congress. Now I'm going to actually show you some of the Dems reacting. So I pulled up this here of the Dems reacting to what just happened at Trump's speech. And their butt hurt for sure. Where did I pull this from? I pulled this from the Shade Room. You know, the Shade Room, they're ran by a bunch of gays. Yeah, man, a bunch of liberals. So they always pull up that side of the stuff. Let me get this up real quick. Bacau. Okay, let's make this bigger. How do I make this one bigger and me littler? Think I do this. Nope. Do that. Then I do that. Customize. No, don't customize. Get that out of here. I need to make this bigger. All right, we're going to do it like that. Actually, we're going to do it like that. All right, so this is a reaction to after Trump's speech. We got, I just walked out of Trump's speech. It's not worth my time to sit there and listen to him spew lies and hate. Lies and hate? No, he was speaking facts. What do you mean? This is what Doge caught. All of this fraud, all of this is basically like money laundering, possibly. That's what it seems like. And if it's not, it's just money, our tax dollars, the American tax dollars going into things that they ain't even vote for. In other countries. Like, it's not going, $8 million or $32 billion isn't going to fund schools in Chicago. What was it? $100 billion altogether. It wasn't going to fund schools in America, to help out the disenfranchised communities in America, which people could be disenfranchised. You get what I'm saying? Like the Americans, not the immigrants that came over here illegally. No, I'm talking about the people that actually are in kids born in bad neighborhoods, but they need, better schooling. They need, different programs as far as to help out little boys and little girls. So they did nothing to really fund what we have going on over here. All of that money was sent out. $100 billion was sent outside of the country to other countries to support weird fetishes and sexual deviant acts like transgenderism and stuff like that, and chopping off your Johnson. God dang. All right, let's see what else people are saying. I don't know who this is, but this is a rep Veronica, she says, I just walked out of Trump's joint address. I couldn't listen to the incest lies anymore. Donald Trump actions have demonstrated nothing but contempt for our Constitution, our country, and its people. He's corrupting our government, selling it to billionaires. Okay, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. He's corrupting our government and selling it to billionaires. I think what she's saying is, since he hired Elon Musk to be basically tech support, and under Elon Musk hired kids that's the ages of 18 to 24 to actually find all of this fraud in the government. So that isn't corruption. He's finding corruption. He hired a tech support to actually find the corruption. So what this woman is saying is a lie. The Dems, all they do is lies because their perception of the world is... How can I say this and be nice? Forget being nice. Their perception of the world is like a child. It's nonsensical. It's dumb. It's limited. And yeah, man, it's from a victimhood mindset. Keep going. I walked out because I refused to sit there. They're all saying the same thing. This is kind of boring. I walked out because I refused to listen to his lies. Okay, whatever. Families who reply to SNAP, Medicaid, bunch of more stuff. I just walked out of Trump's joint address on behalf of the people of California's 37th district. Bro, whatever. California is all ran by libs anyway. Okay, that's pretty much all they said. Let's pull up another clip. I got some more reactions to this. So now we pulled up. Stop sharing that. So now you guys just seen first video, Trump giving his speech, his first joint address to the Congress. I mean, he's addressing the Democrats and the Republicans. Then we pull up their reactions. Now we're going to pull up why they reacted the way they reacted. So why did the Dems react the way they reacted? Let's get into it. So let's just speak about who these people are. All right. Here we go. Let's make it like this. Nope, make it like that. All right, so y'all could just actually, I should make it a little bit bigger. I think y'all good because this is a video anyway. Let's play it.
Single Democrat in the United States Senate voted to keep biological men out of women's sports. Not a single one of these guys. So congratulations, all of you. You are with the 18% who support that position, according to the New York Times. You're the party of the 18%.
That's crazy. So not a single Democrat voted to keep biological men out of women's sports. Let's make this a little bit bigger, actually, so you guys can see it. So all of these, this is crazy. Let's just play a little bit more. I'll give my commentary at the end.
Now expand this out. So that's the Senate. Now let's go to the House. When the House voted on this, there are 215 House Democrats. Guess how many voted on the side of the 79%? 2. 1 abstained. So when you do the math, there are 270 Democrats elected at the federal level to our legislature. 260 rather. Out of the 260, 2 Democrats voted to be with the 80%. You don't care about the girl in college who gets up at 4 a.m. to run track. You don't care about the girl who's worked her entire life in middle school and high school to get an athletic scholarship. And you do not care about the girl getting punched by a biological man in a ring. Shame on you, 258 Democrats. Not a...
Yeah, it's very ironic that the left-wing Democratic Party is pro-feminism and pro-women, but at the same time pro-trans. It's an oxymoron. It's It doesn't make sense. How can you be pro-trans and men playing in women's sports, but also be pro-women? If you are really pro-women, then you would protect women from men, like the Republican Party does. You get what I'm saying? So you would have separate sports. So it's ironic. And the reason why it happens this way is because the liberals, they try to change the words, the definition of words around. So up doesn't mean up anymore. Down doesn't mean down. Everything is inverted. A man doesn't mean a man. A man could mean a woman. A woman doesn't mean a woman anymore. A woman can mean a man. You get what I'm saying? So everything has been inverted and turned upside down. And it actually speaks about this in some passages in the Bible, where it's going to be, you'll see things start to change. This is how you know when the end times are coming, when things are inverted. But anyways, yeah, man. So these are the type of people. Think about it. So you just watched the clip where, you had Trump speaking about Doge and giving Elon and Doge some praise, like, hey, thanks for finding all of this fraud. And we see where the money is going to fund all of these left-wing, radical, liberal, transgenderism agendas. Then you also seen a clip where they reacted. You seen the liberals react and get mad. We don't like the speech. We walked out. Then you seen this clip as well of who they are. These people aren't truly feminist. They aren't at all. At all. It's crazy. It's actually very weird. All right, let's get into another clip. What else we got here? All right, so Trump, let me see here. What did he post? This is a clip of something Trump posted, I believe. Let's see. Okay, we did. So the Pentagon orders removal of... Is this still sharing? Perfect. The Pentagon orders removal of transgender troops, giving military 30 days to identify members for discharge. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's read a little bit more here. This is by Baller Alert. This is a liberal, social media website as well. Let's just look at the comment. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, okay, so this is that clip. Now let's pull up another one. Let's get their reaction. I got a reaction clip to this. Let's get the Dems' reaction to the Pentagon ordering to remove all transgender troops. Let's see.
Of the U.S. Army, I operate your nation's missile defense systems, but more importantly, my pronouns are she and her, and I am a woman of color.
Hey, quit screaming.
Lastly, if you care about our democracy, you will sign up right now to join.
These are the type of people, bro. I don't know if that's real. You actually don't know if it's real or if it's fake, because you got a man dressed in a wig, got a freaking rainbow badge on his military suit, and it sounds like something that they would say. You get what I'm saying? It seems that it is real, though. If this is real, these are the people. They shouldn't be in the military. They need mental help. Mental help. They need to be in a mental institution. Listen, man. If you wake up one day and you think you have an XY chromosome and you think that you are a dragon, we gonna be like, all right, little boy, you 4 years old? You being funny. I'll play with you back. I'll call you a dragon. But if you 30 years old and you a man and you wake up and you think you a dragon, nah, man, you need to be in a mental institution. So what I'm saying is, if you are a man and you think that you are in the wrong body and you are an actual woman, you need mental help. It's very simple. Very, very simple. All right, let's get to the next clip. All right, we got. Okay, let's get into this just so y'all can see the propaganda that goes on. And also, chat, if y'all got any clips y'all want me to react to, let me know. Also, it's debate night. So if anyone wants to join the stream, go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description, or click the link that's pinned in the live chat. The link that's pinned in the live chat, click that link, join debate night. We could debate about anything you want. Male and female intersexual dynamics, politics, religion, anything. Or if you're just a hater, or you're someone with a different perspective than mine, if you're a liberal or something like that, you want to come in here, you want to, battle it out with the world views, join the stream, and I'll bring you on up and we can pretty much debate about whatever you want. Okay. Oh, my restream just closed. Okay, I'm back, chat. I'm back. I'm good. Sorry about that. Clicked the wrong thing. My bad. Oh, I see what happened. And it closed out when I hit that. Makes sense. Okay, we back. All right, let's go ahead and get into this next clip right quick. This clip is going to show how propaganda works, how the left-wing agenda and this woke ideology, how it infiltrates the weak mind and with propaganda, and creates all of these different social constructs and all of these different concepts that's rooted in lies and not truth. This is how it happens.
Weird that the legacy media all says the same thing. They all say the same thing at the same time using the same phrases.
Sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
The debate between Biden and
Sharp as
Trump. Everyone was saying sharp as attack. Who says sharp as attack?
Joe Biden, sharp as attack.
The president was sharp as attack.
The president's very sharp because he is so sharp and he's on top of everything.
He seems right on top of it. The man is competent, alert,
Fully cognizant and sharp.
He's completely mentally sharp.
He's sharp, he's engaged.
He is sharp, he is engaged, and he is commanding.
That's pretty sharp.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a common phrase.
It's definitely not common to be repeated on air with multiple people simultaneously. Yes. That's weird.
Yes.
That's coordinated.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it seem weird that...
Yeah, it is coordinated. And not only just that, it's complete lies, propaganda to push an agenda that is rooted in lies and not truth. Like they have to go through these, they have to go to the greatest extents of things to influence people, because the things that they're trying to influence people about isn't rooted in common sense and truth. So since it's not rooted in like common sense, like 1 + 1 doesn't equals 2, it equals 55 in their worldview. They have to actually keep on saying the lies, keep on pushing the lies. And you know what? It actually worked on me for a moment in time. I'll actually tell a little brief story. So remember at the time where Trump was giving us, where the Charlottesville in North Carolina, Charlottesville or something like that, where it happened, where you had the Proud Boys or the radical right side protesting, and it was mixed in with some Black Lives Matter protesting or something like that. But the Charlottesville thing, and when Trump did a speech, he said that it was good people on both sides. Like, you heard that and it was like, good people on both sides. I even thought that that's what he said too. But then the only reason why I thought is because I kept on seeing it everywhere. I seen it on the Shade Room. I seen it on all of the news channels. I'm like, God dang, he really said good people on both sides, talking about this side that only has hate for people. But that isn't what he actually said. It's the fact is that CNN and MSNBC and all of these left-wing radical news channels and propaganda channels, fake news, they clipped it and only put that portion out. But the full portion, Trump was actually saying, no, I'm not speaking about the good people. I'm not speaking about those people that are, in the KKK, are the radical people, the Proud Boys, those people, the racist people. He's not saying that those people are the good people. He's just saying within all of these protesting groups, there are some people in there that are actually good. So I'm like, when I seen the whole thing, I'm like, God dang, they got me. So listen, I can even be got. If I know I can be got for a short amount of time, I know some of you weak-minded, feeble-minded, feminine mindset people, men and women, can definitely be susceptible to being influenced by the propaganda that's pushed by the left-wing agenda, left-wing movements. Okay, let's bring up some more stuff here. Before I get to the next clip, looks like we got someone in here that wants to debate. Gonna go ahead and bring them on up. Let's see. Let's get it cracking. Hopefully this person has a good topic that they want to debate.
Oh, what's up with it? What's up with it?
All right. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
What's up? This is Jungle. I'm from Youngstown. What's up with it, Coolie?
What's going on, man? What you here to debate about?
Man, listen, I just want to talk about the left, just like you were saying, like, especially with all that propaganda. Okay. Man, listen, I've been talking about the same stuff with Trump and all these cats for a couple months, ever since they put Harrison, ever since they threw Harrison at us, just kind of shoved her in our face like that.
Who you talking about? Kamala Harris?
Yeah. Ever since they shoved her in our face like that, like I knew it was all like gonna be a whole lot of propaganda and trash. I've been getting a whole lot of slandering from the left wing just because of my views on the whole thing. But I wanted to hear your take.
Go ahead.
I wanted to hear your take on what the Democrats did. Was that last night when Trump was having that speech last night, and he gave the little 13-year-old with the brain cancer, he made him an FBI agent. He made him one of the Secret Service agents, and the Democrats didn't stand up for him and clap for him or nothing.
You know what? I didn't see that clip, but I can pull it up. Give me a second here. I know what you're talking about, but I actually didn't watch it. I seen that the Shade Room had posted it. So let me actually pull it up while I got you on here, and I'll give you a live reaction to it, and we can see what's good with it.
Now, what was crazy to me is this morning I listened to the Breakfast Club, and I listened to them talk bad about Trump, but they didn't say nothing about that. The way they was talking about it made me go back and watch it. And they didn't mention nothing about that. They didn't mention how the Democrats didn't stand up and clap for the people that was there who kids got killed by the immigrants. They didn't clap for them. They didn't clap.
They ain't clap for anything.
Nah, they didn't.
You know why? Because when you got hate in your heart, it's like it's like if you watch my stream, I'll have some people that come on a stream and they'll want to debate, but they'll come on and they got nothing but hate. And it's if you watch the debate nights, literally at least one every debate night or two in debate night, they'll join the stream and it's nothing but hate. And I'm like, they got really no points of contention with the things that I say. They may even agree with the things, but they'll just agree to disagree and be like, yeah, nigga, I just don't like you. So when what I'm saying is, when you got nothing but hate in your heart, they look past the good that you do, right? Because they hate you. So it's like, you can do all of this good, but I don't like you for you. So it doesn't matter what good you do. It's like Jesus. When Jesus was here, he did all of this good, but they hated that man. Like, the thing is, when it comes with hate, and I want the audience to understand, when you hate someone, it's illogical. Hate is void of logic. I repeat, hate is void of logic. Hate is pure evil. It's pure evil. Because if you're trying to like have logic and you're trying to be a rational human being, you'll come to the conclusion where you really don't have much to really hate someone on. You get what I'm saying? Because you can be understanding, like when it comes to the LGBTQ community, when it comes to these left-wing radical people, I don't hate them. I understand that, listen, you are very susceptible to outside influences, and I feel sorry that your mental state is so weak that you are influenced and indoctrinated to believe some nonsense. You was brainwashed. Yeah, so I feel sorry for them. I don't have hate for them. But people that actually have hate for people, it's illogical, right? They just hate you just to hate you. So I found the clip of what you was talking about, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for the audience real quick. I'll keep you up, and I'll give you a live reaction to it. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let me make this actually bigger.
I'm like, I guess
let's do it like this. Okay, cool. And it's stay quiet while I play this.
13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Daniel is 13 years.
Okay, so man, and look at what they're saying. So let me go ahead and just read this real quick. The NAACP says using a child as a prop to disguise that you've canceled research funding for children's cancer is not only hypocritical, it's disgusting. So let me go ahead and make that.
But he didn't do
stop
that.
Sharing it.
He didn't cancel research for children's cancer. He canceled research for children's sex change. That's what he canceled. Exactly. So once again, you have the NAACP, which is fully ran by radical liberals and feminists. It has, do they really even care about? It's just dumb. I'm not even going to get into it too much, but the NAACP is ran by a bunch of women and a bunch of, and it's men in there, but they are not really, they're males, but they're not men. They're males with a woman's mindset. They like yada.
Yeah, they're males with a woman's mind.
Like
Exactly. So and thank you for bringing this up, because this video is very telling, because one, you have like they're literally, so think about how hate works. You see that a child that has cancer was just appointed a Secret Service agent, a long wish and a dream that they've always wanted. So instead of like, wow, Trump is doing something good, they see the evil in everything that you do. They don't see the evil. They make up evil in everything that you do. Just like the NAACP says, using a child as a prop. So that child that literally just got Trump just made his dreams come true. You saying it's a prop? No, this little child dreams just came true. What are you talking about? So you're trying to dim the light of something that was great, done. Like, what are you talking about? Makes no sense, man. So, yeah, man, that's my quick reaction to that.
What are you talking about, man? Yeah,
crazy, man, crazy.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yo, man, I appreciate the. No, go ahead. You're good.
Listen. I don't mean to cut you off. But I was saying I appreciate you having me on. You feel me? And I'll be watching your show. I'll be watching you everything you be doing. You feel me? I got my own podcast too. It ain't as big as yours yet, but everything you be saying is true, dog. And don't. And I know you. I know you. I'll be watching you. You're a strong dude. You ain't gonna let them get you off your square, and I like that about you.
Appreciate that, man. Yo, go ahead and shout your channel out, man.
Yeah, mine is I'm Jungle, but my podcast is called Him and Them. It's really him versus them, because I kind of let people kind of chime in and say whatever they want to say. Sometimes it be crazy because I got other hosts on there, so it get a little crazy sometimes. But I'm kind of on what you on. You feel me?
Okay.
So
all right, man.
That's why I'm
gonna have to check it out then, man. You
chop it for a second.
For sure, man. You supporting my stuff. It's only right that I, support you by allowing you to shout out what you got going on my channel. So chat, go ahead and check them out. I haven't checked out anything, but after streaming, when I have some time, I'll check you out, man. But listen, I'll let you go, and I wish you well, okay? Yeah. Have a blessed one, brother.
Yep. All right, brother.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. We got, let's see here. Let's bring up another guest here. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
Micah Aliyah from CT.
Cool. And are you here to debate?
Yes and no. Yes and no. You said something just now to that other gentleman, and I wanted to clarify a certain thing that you had said from my perspective, and get your thoughts on it. If you have a completely contrary view, or if my understanding is correct.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I agree with probably 99.9% of what you're talking, brother. I appreciate you. This podcast is doing really good things. I'm really loving this shift, this conservative shift in the country. Everything you said about the DEI and all of that stuff, it's all confusion. Long story short, man, God bless you. I'm proud of you, man. You're doing your thing. And, I pray to be consistent as you one day, possibly.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
You said hate is pure evil. And I want to direct your attention to, I want to say it's Romans chapter 12.
Sure.
Where, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but I do believe that it uses the word in the King James, abhor, ABHOR. And I'm typing it in right now in my blue letter online. All right. I want to say it's Romans 12. Let me see. Romans 12:9. Yes, sir. It says, if I may read, or you want me to wait a sec?
No, the floor is yours, man.
Thank you.
I'm listening.
Romans 12:9, let love be without dissimulation, right? And then it says, abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. So that word abhor right there, you can look it up on the tools bar right on the side. Boom, boom, boom. They give it to you straight in the Greek for the New Testament or straight in the Hebrew for the Old Testament, which I prefer the Hebrew. I learned to read and write Hebrew in 2009, and I never looked back, bro. And, man, we need the Lord now more than ever, but, souls got to get saved and some things got to be fulfilled. And in the Lord's time. So the word abhor comes from the Greek word 655. The Strong's Greek, I don't know if you're familiar with the Strong's Concordance of the Bible, but it's a concordance, it's a index and a lexicon for all the words in the Bible with their root words attached to them.
Got it. So your point of contention of what you're saying is hate and evil has two different meanings.
No, sir.
Okay. So where is the different opinion at?
You say hate. So if I'm not mistaken, you say hate is pure evil. Hate is pure evil. Did I get that phrase right?
Yeah. Yep. So when I'm speaking about hate and hate being evil, I'm saying that hate is void of logic. Like when you hate someone, it's not, you don't, like, if you think about it, do you really have a logical reason to hate someone? Like normally when people hate, they just hate them because of them, because who you are, how you speak, the color of your skin, where you came from. It is usually void of any rationality. So when I'm speaking and I'm saying that hate is pure evil, the haters, when they come into my chat, I'm speaking specifically about how people are acting within their hatred, right? We just seen a video where Trump just appointed a little kid as a Secret Service agent and made their dreams come true.
Was it the kid?
Yeah, that was the kid that was held up. Yeah. So that this kid has cancer, and instead of people saying, yo, that's very nice of him that he made a kid dream come true, instead they'll say he used that kid as a prop. Well, that's a lie. He used it as a prop because if you didn't use it as a prop, then why didn't you put any money into cancer research and stuff like that? Which he did. He only stopped research of transgenderism and all of this other type of stuff. So it's just a lie. It's hate. It's void of logic. It's actually illogical. Like it doesn't, when you hate someone, it normally doesn't add up to what it should add up to. Like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It normally equals like 7. That's what I mean. Yeah. But go ahead. I want to learn. So you're pulling up the definition of. What'd you say?
No, I said I'm with you. I want to learn too. Go ahead.
I'm always here to learn. I don't think I know everything. So you're pulling up definitions of a word, but speak a little bit more and get to the point of what you're trying to get at.
Got you. Boom. So I think the word that was registering in my head when you're saying hate is pure evil is envy. The scripture says, who can stand before envy? And when somebody looks at you and they hate you for no reason, they want what you got, but they can't get it, so they just want to harm you or hate on you or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, that's like people being envious of you. Does that make sense too? And they both kind of fit, but hate is used as a slang word to use for envy in those situations. Because we have have a hatred, a healthy hatred, or an abhorrence, which means a dislike or a horror of, like you're terrified of something, of evil.
Yeah. So let's break it down. The hate and envy. Envy. When you envy someone, you could be jealous. That envy can turn into a form of hate where it's like, I want this, you got this, and I want that, so I'm envious of you. It can be seen as hate. It could be seen as jealousy. I wouldn't actually say that, because you can hate someone without wanting anything from them. You get what I'm saying? So when we're speaking about like just pure hate, and when I say that pure hate is evil, because evilness, it's nonsensical. Why are you doing these evil acts? Usually it's void of a why. You get what I'm saying? Because or we can say, someone can point out and say, well, if someone murders my whole family, I'm probably gonna murder them back. That's what be the first conclusion of someone's mind. But I would say what you just said. I say no, they're looking for justice, right? You just off someone else or it's revenge, it's justice. Those words have different meanings, so it's something else. When I'm speaking about hate,
the scriptures actually calls them the avenger of blood. Like if you kill my family and I'm next to kill, under God's law, I have the right to kill you, and your blood is on your own head, is what God said.
Yeah, and you can look at this through a biblical text, or you can look at this from just a logical perspective as well. And normally when I'm speaking, I mean, I've read the Bible like 1.5 times. I'm not a biblical scholar. So when I'm saying things, it's not rooted into like a scripture. So when you bring up a scripture, I said, okay, I'm here to learn. But I see what you're doing here. You're just, your perspective of it was rooted into biblical. So this is why you're saying, well, I may have a difference of opinion, but it's a difference of perspective, which I wouldn't say that your perspective is incorrect. I'll just say it's a different perspective, because your perspective, you're looking at it from a biblical angle. I'm looking at it from just a rationale and logical angle. Yeah.
Well, there is, in my opinion, a rational time for hatred. And as you see in the scriptures, it tells you to have a healthy hatred for evil. Now, I don't think that hatred is rooted in logic, in illogic, but it's rooted in the logic of God, the logos of God, which is Christ. So if you have that mind frame that you're seeing things through those glasses, so to speak, you're going to see that there's a time to hate, and it keeps you away from evil things. But don't hate on people frivolously for no reason. Like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that it's just a different perspective.
Find what hate is.
Yeah, yep. I see what you're saying, and I don't have a disagreement with that biblical scripture. The point. The point of the context of where I was speaking and how I was speaking was for like the hate that's without anything is nonsensical. It's like you have no reason to hate on this person, but you still hate. It makes no sense. So, I mean, good conversation, man. I appreciate the support and having you up. You got any other questions or anything for me?
Yeah, well, we wanted to touch on, we talked a little bit about envy, and what I wanted to
sure.
make a distinction about was in my little 40-something years of life, I really took a great endeavor and great efforts to not just learn how to read and write Hebrew, but so that I could study the Bible in the language it was written in and try to soak it up in the context it was written in, and try to get the original intention. Like, it's not English, you know what I mean? And
okay,
they spoke
I got you.
Idioms. There was a different way of speaking. It was a different culture. We living in a whole degenerate world right now.
Yeah. And what's your next question?
Right. Sorry. So the difference between envy and jealousy, they're sometimes stated as being synonyms. However, I found that, simply put, jealousy is intolerance of unfaithfulness. God is a jealous God. He's not tolerating your unfaithfulness. You cannot worship another God but God. You get what I'm saying? There's a healthy jealousy, but it's commonly transposed with envy, whereas envy is rooted in hatred and illogical activity.
Yeah. So, I agree with that. The thing is, if you want to understand things more, that God looks at things and judges things much differently than we do. Because God judges by the heart, not just purely by our actions and everything. So human beings, our jealousy, it isn't any good jealousy. So if we can say that God, like in the scriptures, I know it says that like God is a jealous God, that's different. I like the way you explained it, but a human being can't have jealousy like that. I don't see where it can be jealousy like that. Only you can only map on that type of jealousy that you've explained to a father and a son, or a father and a daughter, like parents and children. You can map that on. But if we're speaking about if it isn't parents and children, because as a parent you want the best for your kid, right? Like, in a sense, the jealousy would be rooted in righteousness and goodness in that sense, because you want the best for your children, and you want your child to, uphold the last name. And you get what I'm saying? So I can map that, your definition, onto the parents and children, but anywhere else it isn't mapped on, and it will mean good. And the reason why it's mapped onto parents and children good is because God is our father and we are his children. So God is our father, we are his children. And if we as human beings, if we have children, then we are their father and they are our children. So this is why it maps on pretty good with that definition. But other than that, it doesn't map on in any other endeavors throughout our human existence here. But sure, go ahead if you have a different perspective.
Oh, I mean, it's clear for all of us to see. And especially as logical and rational as you are. Isaiah 53, he says, I will be a husband unto them. So there's also that symbolic husband-wife relationship that God and Christ have with us, the people. You understand? So his people. So there's that godly
but that's the same concept, which I agree to. You're just alluding to another scripture that is speaking about the family dynamic.
Yes.
So it maps onto the family dynamic, which includes husband and wife as well.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I agree to that.
I thought you were saying it's only for parents.
Well, when I'm saying that parents and children, I'm speaking about that family dynamic. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was seeing it as, well, I see it as a godly jealousy over my woman. It means I'm not going to tolerate this unfaithfulness. If there's infidelity,
for sure, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Infidelity, we not.
You got to cut her off. She's already defiled by another man.
She for the streets.
Yeah, what I'm saying? She got to go, bro.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Man, God bless you. Thank you for everything, bro. Keep it up. God bless you and all your viewers. Man.
Appreciate it, man.
With you, bro.
Yep. Thanks for coming on, man. Have a blessed one.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, let's bring up the next caller. Hopefully he wants to debate. That caller was just more of a supporter. Same views, but different points of understanding. But when we spoke about it, we came to the same conclusion of understanding. So that's normally how it is when you get two rational human beings having a conversation. You sometimes think that, I may disagree with you on this, but let me see. Let's speak about it. All right. Next caller. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
What's up? It's Nate, New York City.
Nate, New York City. Are you here to debate?
Pretty much basically what the gentleman before you was saying. I was, when you had said that evil is illogical. Basically that when you said hate is illogical, I came to the same conclusion where we look into the word and we see that God has hatred for evil. But then you clarified within that same conversation. I just happened to still be online. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, why have you never brought up to these females the explanation of Genesis 3:16, where it explains clearly the punishment that God gave for disobeying on earth and eating from the fruit? That part specifically says, and to the woman, I'm sorry, I don't want to misquote the word of God, so let me just pull it up real quick.
You want me to pull it up? I could pull it up and read it.
Great. Yeah,
okay.
that'd be great.
What's the scripture?
Genesis 3:16.
All right, Genesis 3:16 states, I will surely multiply your pain and childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be contrary to your husband, but he shall rule over you. Now,
say that again. He shall do what over you?
Rule over you. Now, you asked the question, and I 100% agree with this, and I state things to the women on my podcast. I state this, but in different ways.
I know, in a logical way.
When I do these podcasts,
you're right.
In a logical way, but when I do these podcasts, and even when I'm speaking to people, most people aren't biblical scholars. They haven't read the Bible. They're not religious. So in order for me to infiltrate their mind, I have to speak in a more secular way. You get what I'm saying? So it's just another way, another tactic that I use to get the message across. Once again, I'm not a biblical scholar myself. I didn't remember this verse, but I surely read this verse many times, and I'm aware of the order of things. I sell a shirt that says God over man, man over woman, woman over children. So I'm always trying to, get the truth out there in every way possible.
The reason why I brought that up is they don't understand it. You had Andrew
Wilson on here.
Yeah, Wilson on your podcast one time. He has a good debate against some of these liberal women on the What Up podcast, right? And I was taking a look at one of his debates, and he was explaining how men they have to appeal to a hierarchy, which is the patriarchy, which God gave in the beginning of time. And that was given even from Genesis, from the very beginning, so that women can understand that there was an order to something. Even when you go into the book of John, Ephesians 5, and it explains, submit yourselves one to another, wives, submit yourself to your own husbands in everything as unto the Lord. The same way you submit to God is the same way you're supposed to submit to your husband, due to the fact because he's your savior here on earth. How is he your savior? He washes you through the word of God, so that way your mindset can be different. The problem is what women leading, especially even in Congress and certain orders of position, we get to the point of what we've seen today as a 5-4 decision of the Supreme Court. 5 women against 4 men voted on Trump's decision to spend unnecessary money, $2 billion we're talking about, to give to foreign countries when we here in the United States have people that can use that money themselves.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get what you're, man, I get what you're, no, you're fine. I get what you're saying. And to get to the root of the question, the point of why you called in, and your question was, why don't you say this to these women? To make it all make sense is, I do say exactly that, but you reading a scripture to feminists and girls that have OnlyFans, or girls that, was raised in a single mother home, that didn't have any fatherly guidance, that doesn't even understand masculinity, that all of their relationships was with feminine men, that, they had to pay the bills for the man and things like that. They don't understand these concepts, especially if I'm speaking it biblically, because they don't even care. Like, what are you? They'll say, what are you, a preacher? So we can take the same thing you just said, because this is how, in order to get a message across to people, you need to be able to speak in multiple different tongues on their level, right? So everything you just said, I'll say to a woman, and I'll say, listen, you said, well, everything it says it in the Bible of this, that, and the third. I say, listen, are you strong? Are women stronger than men? No, we're not stronger than men. Are you scared of, who do you think is more likely to be scared of the dark? Well, women, because we're more emotional. So then I say that, well, the man, even if they don't think the man was created first, I would say that, well, wouldn't you think that the strongest would be first to protect the weaker, not the weaker, because the weaker will be killed off before the strong even came? So obviously there's an order to things. God that created things, he created the man first, the stronger, right? To protect who comes after, he's protecting the woman. You get what I'm saying? The children. Correct. So when you explain things in that way, it tends to make more sense, and then it's harder for them to argue it. When you start getting to all of these Bible scriptures and stuff, when you're speaking to a secularist, they are like, well, I don't believe in that, so it doesn't matter. So when you speak their language, you can defeat their illogical arguments with their language. Yeah. So no, I get what you're saying, bro.
God is always on your side. And when I said that, when I proposed that question, I didn't mean it in a questionary way. I said it more rhetorically.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm doing it for the chat though too, as well, to
No,
let them know
absolutely.
that there's many different ways that you can speak with someone so you can influence them. Because I always say on the podcast, my mantra is influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior. So before anything, like influence is the most powerful force other than physical force, right? You got physical force, but what's equal to that is influence.
And that's why it's a good thing to sometimes have people that do come on with these questions, like spewing the word of God, so that people's mindsets can understand that if you don't change your mindset in a biblical worldview, you're going to see through the lenses of darkness. That's what unlids the eyes when you have a biblical worldview, because morality comes from God. Without God, there is no morality. And without morality, there is no structure. And without no structure, there's no world.
Yeah, and not only that, as you see, as you become a little bit more logical and rational, you'll get to the conclusion where you'll either take one or two paths. You'll take a path of finding God because you'll see like, well, this is the only logical conclusion. We didn't come from nothing. Nothing can't come from nothing. It has to be a higher power out there that makes sense, right? You won't believe in you will believe that we have free will. You will not believe in free will, because then it's like, well, why would I? If from a logical entailment to things, well, how do we get meaning out of life and love and what's the point of all of these things if we don't have any free will? What's the point of us having these systems that judge one another based off of good and bad if this is all fate and it's meaningless and we don't have free will? Why lock up someone? Why do these things? So when you use logic, you'll come to the conclusion that there is a God. And then if you keep doing research, you'll come to the conclusion that
you know why?
There's Jesus. Jesus is real. Yeah.
You know why I say that? Because anything else is just your opinion against my opinion, if you feel that way. What was the wrong that Hitler did? Well, that's his opinion if we look at things like that in a secular way. If people become more thinking more Christ-like and thinking more towards the influence of what the Word of God says. Listen, I'm not trying to say that everybody's going to be a scholar. I'm not trying to say that everybody should be a scholar. There's different stages for everybody, and everybody has their own walk with God. Absolutely. The thing is to have a walk with God, because without God, then what is there? You understand? And you said it the best. You just said it right now. You said everything else has no purpose in life. And you're absolutely right, brother. Listen, I'll tell you this. You keep doing what you're doing. You're reaching a lot of people. You're reaching a lot of people, brother. So keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Blessings to you, man. I'm going to get up the next caller, brother.
Have a good night, man.
You too, man. Seeing homie getting a little emotional there, or was it just me? But, I mean, that's genuine love right there. That's love, loving God as well. Looks like he was getting a little emotional there. But listen, man, I see one person in the chat. I don't know if you're a hater or what, but you listen with the name Y. Come on up and you can join the stream. If you have different opinions, I'm not reading it all, but I see something like this guy is Fugazee. I'm not sure who you're speaking about. But yeah, man, come on up. Join the stream. It's the pinned link in the YouTube description. Okay, yeah, it's the first link in the YouTube description, and it's the pinned link in the comments. So the person named Y in the chat, looks like you have different opinions, so come on up. Let's see here. Do we got any other super chats? 1 second. Okay, let's see. Nope, I think that's it. Okay, cool. Let's see what other clips we got here. Okay, let's, I guess I'll react to Tate. Looks like we got a Tate clip coming up. give you my reaction on that, or okay, let's see.
When you landed, you haven't been here for 6 years. What was that feeling like when you guys landed in the state? You were born here in DC. What did that feel like?
You know, it's amazing because we were supposed to have Wi-Fi on our jet. No one knew we were leaving. We get in the air, the Wi-Fi doesn't work, of course. So we had no idea about the fanfare. So we landed and Tristan's phone starts working. And then he says, wow, it seems people are very interested. It seems like this is a big, big, big story. I didn't expect it to be this big. I said, yeah, it is a big story. I'm kind of surprised as well. I didn't think anybody would even really care that much. And Tristan said to me, he goes, better this than nobody caring at all. And this is a very interesting point that my haters don't understand. Because I get so many of these conservative dorks, and they are dorks, these nerds. Andrew Tate's a bad guy, blah, 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 blah. Crying about me all of the time is the reason my brand is so big. It takes hot and cold air to make a tornado. And there's nothing more feminine than sitting there as a conservative influencer. I'm a conservative influencer, and he's so dangerous, and he's so bad, he's so scary. You sound like a girl. You sound like a girl, it's gay. It's gay. They make me sound like a mafia boss all the time, which is why young men go, well, do I want to be like the big boss who everyone talks about? Or do I want to be like this dude who talks about being afraid on his Twitter?
I mean, Tate is pointing out something very valid here. If you guys see that there is a lot of conservative channels that hate on Tate, they think that he's not good for men. They have all of these different views about him. And it's normally coming from a place of, well, you did this in your past of webcam and you're a hypocrite. And now you're just using these men to further your agenda and the money, whatever the reasoning they give behind stuff. From my perspective, it is coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of, I'm not that guy, because normally these conservative men, they don't have the ability to really look outside the box. So they'll see like, okay, my religion, whether if it's Christian or Judaism, Judaism, whatever it's called, whatever if it's Muslim, but they're conservative and they'll hate on them because they're with a woman that's holding sex for compliance from them. They're with a woman, they're with children in the household that don't respect them. So normally they don't really garner the same respect and attention that they want in their own little circle. So when they witness a man like Tate that's out there, he's out there, he flossing all the time. Got chicks, got cars, beating court cases. If not fully beating them, the evidence isn't substantial. Like he left Romania now, he's in America. So, the hate that the left wing hates his guts. The liberals fully hate him because they can't understand him at all. Like the liberals don't even understand him, but the conservatives that hate him, they actually do understand him, but they're hating from a place of like, the last conversation we were having is coming from a place of like envy. Usually it's a different type of hate. It's coming from a place of envy. Like, I wish I had this area that you have because in my area of life, it's lacking. So they're hating from a place of they lack masculinity in a way. So yeah, man. It is what it is. But yeah, he's speaking facts at pointing it out.
My haters can't stop mentioning me. I didn't tweet for all that time because I didn't need to. The whole Twitter was me. I don't need to tweet. I just need to breathe and they talk about me. So they give me so much unlimited energy. If my haters had a brain, they'd stop talking about me, but they can't. They can't. So when I land and all these haters and senators and Ron and everyone's having a mental breakdown, I kind of just sit in the middle of it like, well, I mean, I guess I'm the main character. I guess. I mean, what am I supposed to do with it all? But you're asking how I feel. It's kind of interesting because it was such a whirlwind, and it's still such a whirlwind now. And I know I have to go back in a few weeks. No feelings have really come to light as of yet. I don't feel any. No, I don't feel relieved.
Reminisce, family, memories. You and Tristan by yourself. Hey, man, this is kind of cool. 6 years, nothing.
There is an element of that, but how do I say this without sounding psychotic? Let me try not to sound crazy because my haters have enough ammo. Let me try not to sound psychotic. Part of me will be disappointed if I don't go to Romanian jail. And I know this sounds nuts. Maybe this is a coping mechanism. I don't know. We can all talk psychology. When you're a man and every single government in the world is after you, maybe you cope by thinking, well, if they do win, I'll get a cool story. Maybe that's coping. I'm being honest now. We can talk to Dr. Phil. Call Dr. Phil. I don't know. But I was so certain that we were cooked. I was like, no one beats these people. You can't beat this. This is a fucking setup. And they're going to rig the next election like they rigged 2020, and they're going to set us up, and we're done. We're toast. I was so certain I was cooked. I kind of, in my mind, was like, oh, I'm cooked. And now I'm not cooked. I'm like, well, I don't deserve to be cooked, which is good. But it's a very strange feeling. I just hadn't prepared for it. I don't know what else to say. It's really weird. It's really weird. But I was disappointed by my welcome. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to train Ron. We're going to be okay.
Tate, we've interviewed you a few times, but you sound angrier than ever. Is that your resounding emotion right now?
You know, I said this on the plane to Tristan, and I said that him and I, truthfully, if I think and if I analyze, one of the reasons why our haters hate us so much, and it must be very frustrating to dislike us, because in the end, we always just seem to win. It must be very frustrating to hate us, and then no matter what happens, no matter how many times they think we've got this guy banged to rights, look, 4 criminal cases in Romania, 2 criminal cases in England. He can't fly. He's done. Here's an old video he's explained 1,000 times. Let's retweet that. Look, we've got him. He's toast. No one will talk to him. The governor hates him. And then I'm on a jet. Boom, bang, PBD, woo. They must hate me. I get it, right? And then you can talk about, you know, if this is the universe, if this is your own hard work, if you're divinely protected, if it's fate, all of these things. But for some reason, I seem to be very competent and very lucky. And when you're both of those things.
Hey, I see someone just joined and backstage by the name of Chicky, I think. Chike, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll bring you on up next, man. I got you. Just get ready for what you want to debate about, and I'll bring you on up. So don't go anywhere. A few more minutes of this clip. I'll give my perspective at the end of this clip. Be a short one. You know, Tate doing what he usually do. Spitting, being charismatic, and giving his perspective on his situation. And then I'll bring up this next caller.
Vengeance crosses your mind quite often because you know that you can. It's easy to be vengeful because you know if you talk, you could easily get retribution against the people who have wronged you. But I don't want to be a vengeful person, and I don't want to go out on a path of vengeance. However, I do think that justice and balance are important in the universe. I do think that the moral arc of the universe should bend towards justice. I do think the people who have lied, I do think the people who have done wrong things, I do think the people who have decided to destroy my life should face justice. I don't think that's vengeance. I think that's balance. So for that reason, you say it's anger, I would call it potential energy, which is stored, which will be directed towards justice. I'm not looking for vengeance. I'm not looking for revenge. All I want is the world to be fair. Don't we all want the world to be fair? I expect a fair trial, and I expect my enemies to have a fair trial. Unlike my enemies, who are praying I do not have a fair trial, I don't want that. I want my enemies to have a fair trial, just as I will, because I know I will walk and they will not.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you...
Got it. All right, so that's the end of that clip. I guess Tate was... PBD asked him about, listen, man, you haven't been back... the last time you've been in the States was 6 years ago. How does it feel? And Tate gave his perspective on that, man. Like, yeah, listen, man, I didn't have a warm welcome. He had a cold welcome because the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, he pretty much was like anti-Trump. He gave an anti-Trump speech. Like, I don't know how or how he came to the States and to Florida, but he's not welcome in this state. So it was like, come on, man. didn't really make any sense from that perspective of why Ron would be saying it when Ron literally is a Republican and voted for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is a convicted felon. But even Ron knows that the charges that Donald Trump was convicted for is BS. And Tate's situation, he actually wasn't convicted of anything, and it's been years. So yeah, man, it's kind of hypocritical to accept one thing in someone else. Someone else is like, the light is dim on Trump's side in certain areas, but the light being dim on Tate's side is like, I'm not going to accept that. I don't like you. So what's the reason why you actually dislike Tate, Ron? It could be for other reasons, like, but who knows? He didn't really speak much about it. He just spoke like, he isn't welcome here without any reason. So I guess we'll save that for another breakdown. But anyways, we got some callers in here, so I want to get some people up. Here we go. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
All right. Hi, No Fugazee. Nice to have you here. My name's Chike, and I'm calling from Australia.
Chike, calling from Australia. And what would you like to debate about today?
Mainly just give my piece about the whole Andrew Tate issue. Basically, looking at it from the political point of view, don't you think the way I look at it, it might be a political issue? Like Tate might be a pawn in this game in terms of the governor trying to use Tate for like a political capital, kind of, So say, look, this guy is okay in terms of this guy may not be liked by the public. So I understand his wife is coming out for governor in the future or so. So it might be like, look, let's appear to go after him, even if they know the charges are BS anyways. So to use that to like campaign in the future. Yeah, it's more like a political kind of thing, like that could be used in the future for campaign. This is just the way I see it, because obviously, I mean, how long has he even been in the US? Like how many days? 5 days or 4 days?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't see it like that. That's something that the left wing Democratic movement, that's something that will be on their agenda to try to use it as a political move to shame or down someone because of X, Y, Z. For Ron, I don't see that will be the reason. I look at it more of a reason in regards to, he dislikes Tate for reasons of, I don't agree with maybe his, in Ron's head, if we're looking at it, I'm thinking like, he's like, I don't agree with how he speaks about women, because Ron maybe doesn't garner the respect and attention from his own wife at home. I don't like the way he speaks about, men and, I drive a Bugatti, like you don't have to be so materialistic. He could have that point of view because he's a conservative man. So like, I think that has some hate or some dislike or some disdain in regards to Trump for reasons that deals with different areas of masculinity in men that some of these conservative men don't fully agree with. Like, there's a thing with men of being masculine, of like, peacocking was always a thing. It's in, why do they call it peacocking? Because the peacock would flip up their wings and show different colors to attract other peacocks. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So there's a thing where it comes to masculinity. If you worked hard and you've accomplished something, it's you build something. It's no harm in showing something off, right? You get what I'm saying? Now, from their point of view, they can look at it from maybe a biblical way and pull up something like, oh, well, this is bad. Well, is it that bad as the other left-wing agenda cutting off men's penises and promoting propaganda and all of this sexual deviance? No, it's not that bad. If anything, we want men to go as far conservative as far as in their masculinity as possible, because masculinity is a good thing instead of men trying to adopt some feminine characteristic traits. So I think he's just a hater. But go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, just to go back to that. I mean, the essence of democracy is innocent until proven guilty, right? I mean, just to back up your point, in Ron's mind, are you willing to disregard your own constitution? More like there has to be a crime, then you find the perpetrator of that crime.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's like, look, I don't like you. Let me grab you. Then I kind of like forensically find something to hold you against you.
Or even if it was solid evidence, like you could go with the innocent until proven guilty metric, which that makes sense, is because if you're a conservative, you definitely should go by that. But then if there's like a lot of dirty evidence on you, like P. Diddy, for example, there's like dirty evidence of like, obviously he's a homosexual and obviously he did some weird things, and obviously we've seen a video of him literally hitting Cassie, right? So there's evidence, video evidence. For Tate, there's no evidence. We didn't see anything. We don't know. There's no evidence. So it's like, man, he just hating just to hate. I mean, the only thing they can get on Trump about get on Tate about, you know, what he did in the past when he was doing the cam girl stuff.
Absolutely.
But, you know, if you are a conservative, and especially like these conservative people that believe in the Bible, well, you should be forgiven for what you've done in the past if you changed over a new leaf. So if anything, you know, if their belief is if you repent to God in the name of Jesus and you change your ways, we are all with you. It's funny how they won't accept Tate for his wrongdoings years ago, but they'll accept a OnlyFans chick that was, you know, fully getting plowed by many men, but now wants to claim Christian and conservative. They'll go ahead and welcome that chick in, but shun Tate away. So when I say that the hate is rooted in the area of enviness, where they just don't like him because they actually want to be him in a way, that's what I mean. Yeah.
That's it. And we're talking about Miami. I mean, you know what it is about, you know, girls in Miami every day. If they are so concerned about Christian values and Christianity and all this stuff you're talking about, they can go focus on their charity begins at home, right? They need to stop. But the irony is that the more they weaponize the justice system or, you know, against them, the more popular and the more bigger it gets. It's just the way I see it, because it's definitely people who say, oh, he did this video how many years ago, he's this, is that. Look, you can't know more than a judge. I mean, he has not been convicted yet in a court. You understand? Let's look at the evidence. He's not been convicted in a court. So you need to go about it legally, you know, and convict him, let him go to trial, bring your evidence against him, bring witnesses, bring victims, etc. Then we can go ahead. Not just you may hate a guy, but follow the due process. You cannot disregard. You can't disregard your own constitution. Even if you hate a guy, let him follow the due process. Let him go by the constitution. Don't just jump the constitution and put him in jail because you hate him. And that I think is not the best, man. My opinion.
Yeah.
I think that.
I mean, it's you know, purely hypocritical. But yo, good conversation. I appreciate you for joining the stream and giving your perspective on that clip. I'll go ahead and get to the next caller. Have a blessed one, man.
Thanks, man. And you too, man. Cheers.
Yo, boy, Lane.
Yes,
welcome to No Fugazee Podcast, man. What's up?
Oh man, you know, I just want to come by and you know, say thank you for, you know, I'm just supporting, man.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
I came by just to roast, man. That's
roast. Okay, who you roasting, man? Okay, cool. Let's get it.
You look like you played dice with your slave master. You just freedom, nigga, freedom. 40 acres in the mule.
Oh, you look like you played dice with your slave man. That's the best you got, yo, boy, Lean? Because I'm going to cook you.
I mean, I got a few more.
Go ahead, get it out. Keep it going.
I got a few more. When you get horny, you black off.
When I get horny, I black off. Okay.
Yeah. When you get hungry, you go to Black in the Box.
Okay, I go to.
That's it.
All right, so when I get horny, I go to Black in a Box. Okay. Anything else?
I don't know, man. Just what's it?
You ain't got nothing else. Come on, man.
I got a few more. Yeah, I don't know. When you shit. But you got something? I thought you gonna roast back.
Wait, what'd you say?
I thought you gonna roast
I'm
back.
letting you get it all out, man.
Let me see. You look like that nigga. The Phantom. You look like Phantom Lancer and Dota 2. Okay. Damn, Coolio. Damn, you got me there. I was good.
That's what you look like,
Wow.
nigga. You look like the nigga from Clueless, nigga. That's what you look like. You talking all that smack over here looking like this nigga from Clueless. This nigga look
shit,
like
you. Got
you
good. Oh my god.
You listen, your nose and your lips is too close together. You look like you just sniff booty all day. Why is your face positioned in a sniffing booty face? This nigga ugly. This nigga look like I'm about to cook you. Hey, yo, you look like one of them niggas in New York that try to sell CDs out a winter jacket, cold, shivering, like, here, nigga, you want, I got these DVDs. They come and listen, I got this.
DVD, CD, I got it.
You look like one of them niggas, bruh. This nigga, yo boy lame eyebrow, stop right here. This nigga eyebrow stop right here. I'm cooking you.
Shit.
This nigga yo boy lame. Yo, put your forehead in the screen, my homie. Man. This nigga ain't get a lineup since the 6th grade.
Hey,
Come on, man. Why your lineup look like that?
I don't know, man. That nigga, you look like you sleep under the bridge.
No,
man.
nigga. Yep. Listen. Let me close this out. You about to get fully cooked. Hold up. Let me stop sharing this. Bruh, I want the chat to witness. Yo boy lame. He come up. He in support of the podcast, but we can have this roast session, right? It's funny. You are exactly what these women on a podcast describe. Oh, I don't want no nigga where they beard don't connect. Look at your beard. Shave those pubic hairs off, my boy. Shave those pubic hairs off. Chicks make fun of you. Matter of fact, yo boy Lean, there's memes of you. There's memes of your beard. And chicks is like, ew. It's horrible.
Hey, it don't connect. I don't know why it don't connect.
Why is it bald right there? This guy hit like 25% of puberty and the rest of the puberty was just like, nah, nigga, we not connecting.
No, we canceling it.
This guy. Anyways, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you think that I won this roast session. Put a 2 in the chat if you think yo boy Lean won. You could have got some people that thought you won. 1 in the chat if I win.
I put one for you, man.
You put one. Fair enough.
Just show love for the brother, man. Hey, man, good roast, man.
Good
like
roast session.
Who do I look like? What the nigga name?
That nigga name was Donald of Fashion or something like that. Faison. Donald Faison.
Man,
hey
crazy,
yo,
bro. That is crazy.
But listen, man.
Hey, you know what? You look like I got one more. You look like when you run out of drugs. When you run out of drugs, you smoke the smoke. I don't know. That was.
Yo, boy.
I don't know.
Wait.
It's just random.
Where are you from again, yo boy Lane? Where you from? Where you live?
Philippines. Oh, I'm in Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah, I live in Philippines. Yeah.
California. Oh, the Bay Area.
Yes, sir.
Niggas more funnier in the Bay Area, yo boy Lane. What's going on, man? What you was in the suburbs or something?
I live in the Point. Yeah, the Point Richmond.
Oh, okay. We all can see you too light skinned, my dog. You too light skinned. I know you wasn't welcome in the hood. You wasn't well. You used to get teased if you used to go down the wrong street. They used to tease you, give you a wedgie. Like, yeah, get your high yellow.
I can't do it.
Get your high yellow looking self out of here. They used to tease you.
And you know who you look like? You know who you look like? I'm gonna show you who you look like.
I'll pull it up for you. Who you want me to pull up?
Look up Phantom like Phantom, like the Phantom.
You talking about the cartoon, Danny Phantom?
T-O-M. No, just Phantom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Space. Lancer. A-L-A-N-C-E-R.
All right, this better be funny, bro.
Yeah, you look like him. You look like the dude from Dota 2. You look like that nigga right there. That nigga multiply every time he fights.
Let me pull this nigga up. All right, I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah,
if it ain't funny, I'm kicking you off.
Oh, come on.
Nah, I gotta kick you off anyway to bring up more people. But
yeah, it's all right.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you look like that nigga right there. Go to Google Image. You see it. Go to Google Image.
I went to Google Image. That's where I got the picture from.
No, go back. That's a website. They go back. Like you see more. Like when you go to Google, you click the images, right? Click the images, and you see more images.
Let me see if I can zoom in.
Have a different search engine.
That's what came up, man. Anyways, yeah, that was trash, bro. Don't nobody even know this cartoon, man. Come on, bro. You look I'm about to pull up. You look like Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z. Fat cheeks.
Nigga,
fat cheeks having this nigga cheeks mad swole, bro.
Nigga, you look like Piccolo, nigga. Special beam cannon.
Nah, nigga. Piccolo was that nigga. That's a compliment. What you talking about? Piccolo is the smartest one.
That is a compliment.
But all right.
Yeah, you look like the woman. Yeah, that's it. Like you go to more image. You see more image though. Like go to Google.com.
I already stopped sharing, man. The image was trash, bro. Image was trash. But listen, man, appreciate the good roast. Appreciate the good roast, man. I want to get some more people up here, man. But peace. This nigga, get your booty smelling face out of here. Nigga face like this.
Piccolo looking at him.
Little quick roast session. Who else want to roast, man? We could get it. If he had funnier jokes, I would have came harder, but his joke, I ain't even have to think, but his jokes was trash. Big trash. But yo, boy Liam, I appreciate the support, man. You funny. Yo, okay, so just looking at the regular comments, not reading any of them out loud, but just to let you guys know, because I've seen a lot of people wondering, the next live stream of Ladies is going to be this Friday. We are doing a all girls panel. It's going to be this Friday. Got about 6 ladies coming on, a lot from out of state and stuff like that. So tune in this Friday at 9:30 or 10 p.m. So 9:30 Eastern Standard Time or 10 p.m. This Friday, we going live with 10 ladies. But other than that, man, this podcast is no Fugazi. I think I reacted to everything I reacted to. Really, no one came in here to debate. I mean, people don't want the smoke, I guess. It is what it is, right? But without further ado, before you leave, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell icon. Do that now for me. Do that now. Do that for me, okay? But this podcast is no Fugazi.
No Fugazi.
And we are out. I'm working a new device trying to close my screen. Okay, we out. We out now. Peace. Gabby, off. You done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children.